Hey everybody, about an hour after I said I wasn't going to spend any more money for a while, I found myself at a nursery and I kind of went crazy. Yeah, you know me. I mean, you probably figured how long is it going to be before she goes to a nursery? No, I haven't unpacked, I haven't put my office together, but I couldn't resist. Because guess what? There are a few things that are hardened off that will survive this winter outside. Take a look. Number one, this is inside a pot that I bought. Oh, look at this beauty. I haven't had a gardenia in, I only had one gardenia at my house, and that was before I started late bloomer. So I'm so excited to know that this particular variety will survive the cold winter. Okay, that's number one. Look how gorgeous. I don't know how I'm going to keep the deer off of this. That's another story. I'm going to talk to you about that in just a second. I got the most amazing, I've never had a wind chime. And this is not just a wind chime. These are the Corinthian bells. I cannot wait to set this up. You will see it when I do, of course. This is kind of my favorite bluish, well, it's all wrapped up. I'll show you later. Those are not cheap, but they're, well, I'll read it to you, but they're actually toned. And you listen to the tone that you like in the store and you pick out that one. They come in different sizes and different prices. And best of all, they're made in the United States. Got one of these, just in case. Need to get started on that. For my birds. Look. Black seed. Birds love black seed, I hear from a friend. Okay. I got some acid loving for organic gardening, long lasting, slow release, original choice for acid loving plants. That was recommended to me. I haven't tried this brand, so I will be. I got a pot. I'm just going to try this pot first. This pot is made from recycled ocean plastic. What could be better? Yay! In the United States. Okay. Oh, this is heavy. This is a rhododendron. I've never had rhododendron. And this one is PJM, whatever that means. And it is kind of a, let's see if you can see this. There you go. Pinkish purple. And I love the darker leaves. That's going to go with some of the things I have out front with darker leaves. Now these plants have been in my car for 2 days because when I got home I said, I want to film this, taking all this stuff out of my car. Remember, I just had 22 plants coming across the country in my car, and I came home with, well, I could have gotten quite a few more in, but I didn't want to spend that much money. So I do have 2 more in the trunk. Oh, one is in the trunk. And guess what I bought? You knew I couldn't live without a fig tree, right? You knew that. Oh, that's heavy. Oh, this is, oh gosh. Wow, that is heavy. This is a Celeste fig. I have to read about it. I don't know anything about it, but supposedly these are all hardened off and I can go ahead and plant them in the ground. If it's not frozen, which it isn't. So. And because we have so much clay, we need more humus in the soil. So I got their recommendation for the nursery mix that they prefer, which is called nursery mix. Nursery mix. Nursery mix. Oh, that's heavy. Okay. I got 2 of those. I also got, yes, starting mix. This is black gold. This is the best quality that they have. And I got 2 of these. Oh, the wind is blowing and it's a little bit chilly. So this is going to be just a very quick update to show you that I kind of went crazy again. More nursery mix. What I'm going to do is I'm going to dig a big hole for these new plants and surround them with this nursery mix and pack it on top. And then I'm going to put wood chips on top of that for mulch on a warmer day. I also got a brand of potting soil that I love, that I used to get in California, that I could not find at the big box stores. And you'll recognize this. It's Fox Farm. They survived just fine in the car because they're already hardened off and they were watered before I left. So the only thing they were lacking is sun. And I'm going to leave them in the garage until I get ready to plant them because there is some light in here. So this is another rhododendron. If you go back, oh wow, I saw the most amazing rhododendrons I've ever seen in my life in the Van Dusen garden in Vancouver. I'm not sure if that's the whole name. In March of 2017, when I was in Canada for the Vancouver Web Fest, which Late Bloomer won for Best Reality Series. This was back when I was submitting it to web festivals, back when I had the more of the show format, which I did for the first 5 years, all of which is listed on, those 5 years are all listed on IMDb. And if you go to IMDb and you look up me and you look up Late Bloomer, if you're familiar with Late Bloomer, please take a moment and do that. Just visit my page and leave a review for Late Bloomer and click that star meter, and you know, more people may want to go there and check out my channel. So this is the Bessie Howells rhododendron, and I believe it's also pink. Wow, I'm sure there was a thing on here. I chose, because my house is so white, everything's so white on my house, to get some color. So this one will keep green leaves, the other one keeps more of the purplish green leaves, but they both have the pink flowers. And I would have gotten camellias. They had a lot of camellias, but the camellias have pretty much finished blooming. So I thought, what's the point? I'll wait, you know? Okay, so about the deer. I went down to the farm co-op and said, I need to know what to do about the deer. And it's complicated. It's complicated to do the whole hot wire and everything, you know, in terms of how do you run the electricity, because electricity works better than the solar. You still have to tag, even if you're running these wires, you got to run several wires because of the height of the deer. You've got to put flags on there so that they know that they're about to run into it, because if they're used to walking through there, and I'll show you, one walked right across one of my raised beds. Oh yeah. So it was suggested to me to scare them off, I should say, with birdshot. And I thought, okay, well, you know, if I did that, I'd be shooting towards a house down there. People might get a little nervous about that if they saw me out in the front yard with a shotgun. So, and of course that's not something I've ever done. I don't know what I'm going to do about the deer. And I want to get these plants planted on the next warm day, which isn't today. And I don't want the deer to just turn right around and eat them. They did say that the closer to the house you plant, the less likely they are to come close to the house. But, I mean, these deer have been walking right across the raised beds, which are about 30 feet from my house, so I think they're pretty much used to having their run around here. I can use deer spray on these plants, these non-edible plants, but what to do about the edible plants, you know? They've eaten all the leaves off of the 2 peach and 2 apple trees that were planted before I got here. Those little saplings down there. They don't have a leaf on them. And he said, you gotta keep it clean. And I'm thinking, keep a wire clean? What do you mean keep a wire clean? He's talking about the grass and the weeds are gonna grow up from the ground 8 inches every 2 weeks, and you've got to get the weed whacker under that wire like this wide to clear out those weeds, because if they touch the wire, and the wire needs to be this far off the ground, otherwise you get coons and groundhogs. He was telling me that's a bigger problem for him than deer. If you don't keep it cleaned off, those weeds will short out the wire. So you got to always be checking that. And he was saying deer really don't care about corn, but the groundhogs and the raccoons will just, I mean, eat it all. So that's what he uses the wire for the corn. He said the deer will definitely eat the peas. And you know how I like to grow English peas or sweet peas or snap peas. Everybody calls it different depending on where you are in the country, but I absolutely love to grow snap peas, and I like to eat them raw right from the garden. Cow peas too. So I want to be growing all kinds of beans and peas and all of that. The extension agent, by the way, he was very happy I returned his prod yesterday, probe. He told me that they just get used to everything. You know, if you spray, they get used to it. If you hang human hair or whatever you try with deer, they get used to it. Once they get used to it, then they're right back eating it if they want it and if they're hungry. You know, if food sources are scarce, they're going to eat your vegetables. So anyway, that's what's going on with that. And also I wanted to just say to everybody, thanks so much for all your great comments and encouraging me and giving me great advice for my fireplace, for everything else I'm doing here. I want to reiterate what I said in my live stream. I made a big mistake putting in that washer and dryer, and I don't know where my brain was that day. I know very well to turn off power when you're doing anything electrical, and for whatever reason I didn't do that. Maybe I was just too caught up in getting the video made. I don't know. I can't explain it. I'm still losing sleep over that. So I appreciate everybody giving me all the great comments. And if I don't get to implement them all, it's not because I didn't read them. I am currently reading all of the comments. I can't respond to all of the comments, but I will respond if you ask a specific question or if you give me a great suggestion or something. I will respond to that. I posted the link underneath the last video about the plant stands. If anybody's interested, you can go through my Amazon link, which is an affiliate link, which provides a little bit of income to my channel. So I appreciate you using that for all of your ordering on Amazon. And thanks so much for following my journey. It's been wild and crazy, and I promise to try to keep things inspiring and fun and educational. So I hope you subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. A geranium, no, what is this called? The wind is blowing my swing and it makes a funny sound.